Joining us right now, fresh off of Bob Saget's funeral today, Rabbi Steven Carr Reuben, who was Bob's friend and rabbi for over 30 years. Rabbi, give us a little hint of what you talked about today.
Just how heartbroken everybody is in the world. You know, one of the things that's so amazing about Bob is that the more you read people's comments, you know, everybody in the world, all of his celebrity friends and anybody else, they literally all say the same thing. He was the nicest, sweetest, warmest, most loving guy, and always, you know, always showing up for everybody. And what I said was that, in a sense, the title of his podcast says it all about Bob Saget, because he titled his podcast, Bob Saget's Here for You. And that was Bob Saget. He was here for you, no matter who you were. If he knew you, he showed up for anything he was ever asked to do. He was there, caring, loving, supportive. And, you know, he was just one of those mensches, as we like to say in Hebrew, one of these sweet, loving souls.
We've all read about what details are available in his passing. Did any part of this surprise you, given the tragedies in his life? I mean, so much sadness.
Of course, it was a tremendous shock. It's been devastating for all of us who knew him and all of us who loved him. He was only 65. We expected him to be living for decades longer. He was just starting out on the road again, doing what he loved. He was, and I know, you know, he was tweeting about it and talking about it, how excited he was about being on the road and doing shows again. And he'd already, you know, booked months and months of shows, and that was his life. And it fed him and it nourished him. So yeah, I mean, this is a tremendous tragedy for all of us who loved him.
And we just learned of another story today. As we know, Bob lost his sister Gay in 1994 to scleroderma, but this family in North Carolina, this 9-year-old girl, her name is Sophie Ann. She had scleroderma, and a couple of years ago, Bob initiated contact and helped coach and support her through this illness. I mean, that's what you call a mensch, isn't it?
100%. Bob, you know, his life was wrestling with the reality of life and death. And look, we all know that many people who are comics and comedians, they have this dark side and this light side at the same time. It's part of what drives them to be funny and Bob was definitely that way. Bob used to say all the time, you know, I use humor to cope. I use humor to cope with the tragedies of life. And my job in life is, and what I said earlier was, Bob knew one of the secrets of life, which was that comedians are actually healers. And that was in part his job. And what he said, my job is to help heal the world and bring people together with my humor.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.